Well, hello, everyone, and we're glad you're here. How can you test apps without worry in Windows? You'll be able to find out later this morning. This is Tech for Senior, July 14th, 2025. This is episode, Ron, 275. I'm Hewie Poplock, and I'll be your host today. Ron's here, but he's my co-host today. We do this usually the first show of every month, but here in July, we're doing it for a couple of weeks in the middle of July, so Ron can spend more time with his family who's here from overseas. And it also gives Ron some time for himself. This is a 1-hour show about technology with a Q&A or questions and answers at the end. So an hour from now, we'll be doing some Q&A, and we hope you stay with us. Between now and then, we're going to talk about staying safe online with Windows Sandbox. Then we're going to talk about some hidden Mac OS apps you'll found that you wish you had found sooner from Bill. And then Ron's going to talk about Gmail productivity. Then we'll have our music session with Mike, and then we'll do the Q&A. As I said, I'm Hewie Poplock. I'm sitting in Bradenton, Florida. It was a rainy morning. Now I think it's sunny. I got my blinds closed. Still looks a little bit cloudy out there, but we need the rain, so I'm glad we're getting some finally. I'm just north of Sarasota and south of Tampa in Florida. And then Ron's my co-host today. He's normally our host, and he's all the way over in Vancouver, British Columbia, and Vancouver Island. Ron, how you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. It's been a great weekend. It's been hot and sunny. It's going to be another hot, sunny day today, and it's great. Enjoying my couple of weeks off. Thank you for doing all the great work you're doing, and I'm glad your computer's back online.
Boy, am I too. Mike Leaman, our music director. How are things in your area? I know you're working on getting your connection to be better. We're glad you're here. You're our music director. What's new in your world?
It's been a busy week. We had a few happen here at the home. Cousins and I've few.
You're
not real serious, I guess. I'm experiencing on that. So, anyways, life goes on. We're all is good.
okay. Bill James, what
Yes,
computer
sir.
are you on today?
I'm on the ℕ𝕝𝕝𝕗, that little mini PC that I bought recently. And it's working really great. I really like it.
Well, that's great, and you're not on your Mac today, so that Geek.
No, not on the Mac.
Yeah, the Geek one is a PC, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's a mini PC.
Yep.
It's about
And
you have one, but I can't. It's a really small little box,
yep.
and you
Yep.
just attach it to a monitor and a keyboard and a camera, and you're in business.
And it's
Yeah,
called
mine
a
is
geek. Excuse me, is it called a geek compact? Did you say?
ℕ𝕝𝕗, GEEKCOM. And
we can talk more about it during the Q&A. But it's a small one. I have an Intel NUC, but Intel has sold the rights to that now to either Acer or Asus. I can't remember which one, who's now making the NUCs. And this is Tech for Senior. This is our 5th year. Don't forget, we have a website. And usually we have a program on Thursday called Tech for Senior Live. But we've given ourselves the month of July off on Thursdays. So that'll be back the first week in August. So if you're trying to find us, you can watch the recordings from previous weeks that we've done it, but there's nothing up to date. But you can go to our Facebook page and look at postings that we're doing between now and then anyway. So it'll help you appreciate the let's see, what do I got here for notes? The STUG meeting was last Wednesday. It was a fantastic presentation by Mark Schulman about privacy online, and that is on the STUG YouTube channel. I will post a link to the video, And then the Windows SIG was yesterday, and I'll post a link to that also in the chat once we get started with this morning's videos. Be sure and subscribe to our newsletter, The Tech for Senior. It comes out Tuesdays and Saturdays. Great newsletter. And it is sponsored by the Glendora Seniors Computer Club, Geeks on Tour, and APCUG, or the Association of PC User Groups. Then we also, there's a newsletter for the WinSig, the Windows Special Interest Group, and I have a newsletter for Let's Talk AI. And you can get in touch with me on the WinSig and the Let's Talk AI, and I will steer you to how to subscribe. The premiere videos for today will be Where Did Copilot Go from me? And it's about a year old, but it will talk about some things about Copilot, and you'll find it interesting, and it'll help you. And then animation GIFs from Chris and Gould, and then random street view from me as well, using Google Maps. And take a look at that as well. That will be on the next half hour, and the link will be in the chat for you to see that. It's posted. It's not available to that half hour until that half hour, and it will be on our YouTube channel. The agenda today, as I mentioned, stay safe online with Windows Sandbox will be mine. Then 14 hidden Mac OS apps you'll wish you found sooner from Bill, and then Gmail productivity from Ron. And then, of course, our music from Mike, and then our Q&A. So at this point, let's go ahead and we're going to talk about Windows Sandbox, a powerful but underused tool built right into Windows 10 and 11 Pro and Enterprise editions. If you've ever worried about installing suspicious software or clicking risky links, this tool might be exactly what you need. Let's explore what it is, how it works, and why it's useful. I'm Hewie Poplock. No, not this type of sandbox. This is what I'll be talking about. Windows Sandbox is essentially a temporary, disposable virtual Windows environment. Think of it as a clean, fresh copy of Windows that runs inside your main system. Anything you do in this environment, install programs, test settings, gets erased as soon as you close it. There's no need to worry about damaging your actual system. The main reason to use Windows Sandbox is safety. It's perfect for testing software or visiting websites you're unsure about. It's also great for experimenting with system configuration or troubleshooting problems because you start with a clean slate each time. It's like having a disposable lab for Windows. Windows Sandbox doesn't leave any trace behind on your main system. It resets every time. It uses very little memory and storage, and you don't need to install any extra software to run it. It's built right into Windows, making it fast, secure, and efficient. To use Windows Sandbox, you need Windows 10 or 11 Pro or Enterprise editions. Your computer must support hardware virtualization, usually enabled in the BIOS. It's best to have at least 4 gigabytes of RAM and 5 gigabytes of free disk space, although more is always better for performance. Enabling Sandbox is easy. Just go to the control panel, Programs and Features, turn Windows features on or off, then check the box for Windows Sandbox and restart your computer. That's it. You're ready to go. I'm going to show you that in the demo. Once it's enabled, just type Windows Sandbox into the Start menu and launch it like any other app. It'll open a window that looks like a brand new installation of Windows. Whatever you do, inside stays there. It won't affect your main computer at all. Live demo time. Let's take a look. Now that we've seen how to launch Windows Sandbox, let's do a live demonstration. I'll open Windows Sandbox on my system and show you how it launches into a clean Windows environment. I'll demonstrate dragging a file into the Sandbox or opening a program like Notepad and maybe even installing a safe app just to show you how it behaves. Then I'll close the Sandbox window so you can see how everything disappears instantly. Nothing gets saved. This will help you visualize how secure and temporary the Sandbox really is. Let's go ahead and create a Windows Sandbox and see how it works. First, we want to go to Windows and the letter R. Windows R. That will open up this small window. And it's the run command. What you want to type in there is optional features. Optional features. When you click OK, it will bring up the optional features that you can turn on or off. And these are features of Windows. We're going to scroll down, and it will be probably unchecked on your computer, and you're going to want to click and check the Windows Sandbox, and then click OK. Once you do that, it's going to come up and it's going to say you need to restart Windows. And when you restart Windows, it will go through and it'll look like it's installing Windows. Because basically it is a second version of it. But so it's going to take a few minutes. Don't get impatient. As long as you don't get an error message, it's still working. It'll go through the percentages up to the point where it's ready. Once you do that, you're going to, in the search box, you're going to type in Sandbox. And at the top, you'll see Windows Sandbox. And you'll click it. It is now installing and running a version of Windows in the background. And it will open an instance of Windows within Windows. Let's move this down a little bit, make it a little bit bigger so you can see more of it. And we have a very clean version of Windows. We come down here to the Start menu, you'll see there's very few things that are installed. So there's not much there. And what we're going to do next is we're going to let's take a picture that I have downloaded, and I'm going to right mouse click and I'm going to tell it to copy it. Then I'm going to come within the Windows Sandbox and we're going to paste it. And it's now here. If we click on it to open it, it's opening up paint pictures, and it's really not much we can do with that. So what we want to do is get an app to be able to do something with it. So I'm going to open this one up, copy it, and then paste. And this is the install file for ℸ𝕝View. So we're going to run it. We're going to install the program, same as we would with anything. And we're going to say next. And we're going to say OK. And it's now installed on this version of Windows. So if we open it, it's there. So if we open up our picture again, it's opening it up now in ℸ𝕝View. And so there's a lot of things we can do within ℸ𝕝View. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to use ℸ𝕝View, but just to give you an idea, you can say this, and we're going to edit and we're going to crop it. And let's go ahead and save it. And save it in the original folder. Save it. And we're going to save it on the documents. And we're going to go ahead and just save it that way. And close. So now if we open up the Windows folders and we go to Documents, and there it is, we click it and it opens it up in ℸ𝕝View. Okay, so we've installed and we're running another copy of Windows that's guarded. There's nothing connected to it except the internet, which we can still go out to the internet. We can go to Hewie.net and tell it to accept and take a look at the WinSig, and we can see what items are going to be covered for the July 13th meeting. And close it. Now, this is a sandbox. That means if we close it, it's saying, are you sure you want to close Windows Sandbox? Once Windows Sandbox is closed, all of its content will be discarded and permanently lost. If we say OK, it closes that window. If we open it again, we are back to a very clean and the original Windows install without the files and the things that we did to it. They're gone forever. So it is a sandbox, a temporary version of Windows that you can run that's not going to be affected by anything else on your computer. You can transfer files from your main system into the sandbox by dragging and dropping, copy, paste, or using the clipboard for small items like text. This allows controlled testing of files, but remember, nothing from the sandbox gets saved when you close it. Advanced users can create custom configurations using XML files. This lets you set things like whether the sandbox can access the internet, run certain commands at startup, or have access to specific files. It's a powerful way to simulate very specific environments. Sandbox is designed for maximum isolation. Once you close the window, everything disappears. Malware, bad configurations, you name it. This makes it a perfect tool for cybersecurity training or testing risky download safety. There are a few limitations to know. It's only available on certain Windows editions, and some graphics-heavy or complex software might not run well inside it. Also, it doesn't save your session. Everything resets when it closes. This tool is incredibly useful for tasks like malware analysis, checking software compatibility, trying out new apps, or doing cybersecurity research. If you ever wanted a safe place to test something, this is it. Sandbox runs very efficiently using shared system resources via Windows hypervisor. Still, for the best results, 8 GB of RAM or more is recommended, and your CPU should support virtualization. It's designed to be fast even on modest systems. By default, Windows Sandbox uses a NAT, Network Address Translation connection, keeping it isolated from your local network. You can configure network access if needed, but the default helps protect your main system and files from anything unsafe. Most typical Windows apps will run just fine in the sandbox. However, heavy-duty or graphics-intensive applications may not work perfectly due to a limited hardware access. It's best used for general productivity and utility apps. To make the most of Windows Sandbox, keep your Windows system up to date, enable virtualization in BIOS, and make sure you have enough memory. It also is wise to close other apps when running Sandbox to avoid slowing down your system. Windows Sandbox is great for learning. IT students, developers, and hobbyists can all benefit from having a safe, clean environment to explore Windows, test commands, try admin tasks, and more without any lasting consequences. Microsoft is continuing to improve Sandbox, especially as cybersecurity threats grow. We may see more features and better integration in the future. As attacks become more sophisticated, secure environments like this will be essential for safe computing. To wrap up, if you're a developer, a tech professional, a student, or just a cautious user, Windows Sandbox is a powerful, free tool that gives you a low-risk way to test software. Explore Windows and stay safe. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend giving it a spin. Stay safe online with Windows Sandbox. I'm Hewie Poplock. A neat tool to use to test programs, whether a link to a website is safe or not. Just go ahead and open it and run it in the Sandbox. I've been using it quite a bit since I discovered it last week and installed it, and since I've been learning how to use it, I'm using it more and more. It's a great tool. Okay, next.
Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. If you're like most people, your inbox can quickly become overwhelming. With dozens, if not hundreds, of messages flooding into your inbox every day, it can be difficult to stay on top and manage your time efficiently. That's where artificial intelligence comes in. ℸ𝕝𝕅 is a tool that provides advanced email composition capabilities by leveraging artificial intelligence. With using machine learning algorithms, ℸ𝕝𝕅 can help write emails faster. In this video, we'll explore 5 specific ways that AI can supercharge your Gmail productivity so you can get more done in less time. Today I'm going to be showing you artificial intelligence in Gmail using a Chrome extension called ℸ𝕝𝕅. This extension has a free and paid component. Today I'll be using the free component, and at the end of the video I'll be giving you my impression and recommendation. To obtain this extension, we'll just go over to the ℸ𝕝𝕅 website and download the extension for our Chrome browser. It easily installs. It will be available for you right after installation. You can turn the extension on or off, and in my experience, it works quickly and doesn't interfere with the speed of your computer. It sits as resident in your Gmail software. So in this video, I'm going to be going over 5 features of ℸ𝕝𝕅 that will help you increase your productivity in Gmail. So the first feature of ℸ𝕝𝕅 I'm going to show you is called Compose Anything. Let's have a look. All right, here we are in my Gmail account, and I have created an email that we're going to put some body and text into. You'll see that I have installed ℸ𝕝𝕅. You'll see that at the bottom here it says written with ℸ𝕝𝕅. And to start AI, all that you have to do is put your cursor in the body of the text and 2 forward slashes. And this brings up, of course, the ℸ𝕝𝕅 menu. So the first thing you'll notice when you forward slash twice, you'll see that it brings up the AI menu. So when using AI for writing, the first thing you want is to define what thing you want. And if you come down the menu here, of course, you can type anything you want in this line, but let's come down because ℸ𝕝𝕅 has already predefined some templates for you. Let's have a look at this. An outline, a bullet list, a headline, a paragraph about, a couple of paragraphs about, a sentence about, a few ideas, a bit of more information, or an email too. So it can pre-select that, or you can type anything in here. And once you define what it is you want written, like a thing, then you have to fill in what the thing is about. So for example, if you're going to write an email, you want to ask it to write an email about something. So you have to put something in there once you've decided what type of structure you want. And I'll give you an example on how this is going to work. So in this example, I'm going to send Hewie Poplock an idea I have for an upcoming program at Tech for Senior. I'm going to talk about satellite internet. So I've asked ℎ𝕝𝕅 to write an outline for a blog post on the benefits of satellite internet. So I'm going to create an outline and I want to send this to Hewie. So I've typed in the appropriate terminology, hit enter, and now it's going to write a blog post for me. And here we come up with the blog post. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you get the idea that it's written it all out for me. All right, so Hewie has received my email and sent me an email back and said, Ron, this is a great idea. Continue on and send me copies of the final. So I'm going to come back down to my outline, and I'm going to look here and see the first, really the importance. I want to elaborate on the importance of internet connectivity in today's society. So I'm simply going to highlight this, and we're going to copy it. Right click and copy. And then we're going to come down to a couple of lines below. I'm going to open up with 2 forward slashes. We're going to open up ℎ𝕝𝕅, and we're going to come down here, and I'm going to say, write a couple of paragraphs about. So I want about 2 paragraphs. I don't want this too long. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paste that into what we've copied. So now it says, write a couple of paragraphs about the importance of internet connectivity in today's society. Okay, let's see what it says. And here we go. So now we have the section here. It's written, overall, the importance of internet connectivity will only continue to grow as we come, so on and so forth. So it's written 2 paragraphs about the importance of internet connectivity in today's society. And again, you can expand this and go through all the different outline that we've just created and make a article or blog post. I can then send that back to Hewie right from here because we are in Gmail. So we'll just add that and say final blog post, and away we go. So the second feature is called Easy Email Reply. Let's have a look. So the next feature I'd like to show you is Easy Email Reply. Now, if you look at the email ahead of you here, you'll see the title is AI in Gmail, and this is from my imaginary friend Beamer Brown. It says, Ron, do you have any experience using AI with Gmail? Now, if you look at the bottom, you'll see Gmail's automatic answers to reply, and they will be on the bottom here. No, I don't. No, why? No, I haven't. So if you click any of these 3, and these would be the standard 3 that you would see in your Gmail, these are the automatic replies that you can choose. But these, of course, are very short, not very friendly. Let me just show you the ones that ℎ𝕝𝕅 will give you. Now, watch carefully. This is the ℎ𝕝𝕅 symbol. I can say, yes, I do. I can say no, or I can just say thanks. Of course, I'm going to say, yes, I do. So if I say yes, watch what AI does. I'm going to say yes. So it has created an email for me saying, hi, Beamer. Yes, I do have some experience with AI with Gmail. Let me know if you have any specific questions or concerns about it. A much friendlier and informative response. But of course, I'm not going to leave it there. I have of course responded to his question, but I'm going to show him a little bit about my knowledge. So let's just add another paragraph here. Remember, I'm going to do the 2 forward slashes. So I've opened up ℎ𝕝𝕅, and I'm going to write a paragraph about using AI with Gmail. Might as well show a little bit of my knowledge here. So we'll hit enter. And now we've added this, artificial intelligence has become an essential part of modern communication tools such as Gmail. Gmail users benefit from a number and so on and so forth. And I've now added another paragraph here about using AI with Gmail. And again, I've responded quickly to his concerns. I have demonstrated some of my knowledge, and we'll be able just to hit the send button and send that to Beamer. All right, the third feature of Compose AI is called Compose Email. Let's have a look. All right, for the next feature, I'd like to show you Compose AI. As we come down, you'll notice that this is a new email I'm going to send. Now, to open the Compose AI menu, what we're going to do is come down to the right, way down here to the right, and you'll see a little blue dot here. We're going to click this, and we're going to open Compose AI. So here we are, and I'm going to respond to an email that I just have. So I'm going to ask Compose AI to send an email to Beamer to have a meeting to discuss training with Gmail and AI. Let's see what Compose AI writes for an email for me. So now we have a number of choices about creating an email. We're going to have a meeting to discuss Gmail and AI training next week. Please let me know if you're available. I wanted to let you know that we'll be having a meeting next week to discuss so on and so forth. So you have a whole bunch of suggestions, or you can load more suggestions for this. And again, it's responding to to creating an email. And this is being artificial intelligence, can respond to various topics you would have in email correspondence. So the fourth feature in Compose AI is autocomplete. Let me show you how that's done. So the next feature I'd like to demonstrate is autocomplete. Let's say I'm writing a letter back to my imaginary friend, Beamer Brown, and I'm going to talk to him about AI Gmail. So I'm going to start typing so you'll see right away it's starting to autocomplete. I'm writing this email to discuss, and again you'll see that as we come along, and you can, of course, by hitting Alt-2, Alt-3, you can select the phrases that you want quickly just by clicking that, or you can use the, again, Alt-2, Alt-3, they're all Alt-Tab. So I've saved the best for the last. Compose AI rephrase is my favorite feature. Let me show you how this works. So the last feature I'd like to show you is the rephrase feature, and I'm so excited because this is probably one of my favorite out of the 5. So let's come back to our email that I sent to Beamer. Remember I said, yes, I do have some experience using AI with Gmail. I wrote this, and I think it's just not quite me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this. And that opens another menu down below here. And if you look carefully, the first one is a friendly tone. The second one is a formal tone. The third option is to expand, shorten, and rephrase. So let me I want this to be more friendly. So watch what happens when I click here. And this will now list that sentence in more friendly terminology. So let's have a look at some of them. Oh, I actually do have some experience with AI in Gmail. Feel free to ask me any questions or let me know if there's anything I can do. Or let's take another one down here. I do have some experience with AI in Gmail. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions or share your experience. Okay, so now let's come back and do the formal. So when we click this button here, this is more formal. I can confidently assert that I possess a certain level of expertise in the implementation of AI in concert with Gmail. Oh, wow. That makes me sound really good, doesn't it? So that's formal. Or suppose I just don't like this sentence. Let's rephrase it. So let's click the bottom here and let's rephrase this. So now it says, this is rephrased, affirmative, I've got some prior knowledge operating IA with Gmail. If you have any questions or queries, please let me know. So that's different than the original one. This is such a powerful feature and one I use all the time. So in this video, I've shown you how Compose AI will help you be more efficient with Gmail. There are 5 features which you should be using. The first is Compose Anything, where there are templates arranged for you. The second is autocomplete, where you can complete a sentence or a paragraph quickly. The third is Easy Email Reply, in which it will auto-reply for you in a more customizable form. The other is Compose Email, where it will actually compose an email for you depending on the question you pose. And then Rephrase Sentences, my favorite, where it will change the reply based on your tone. So these are 5 features why I feel you should be using Compose AI. Now let's look at if this is free or is there a cost to this. So this is the pricing of Compose AI. If we look at the top, you'll see there's 3 tiers. There is, of course, the free and basic tier, which I have and am using. You have the premium tier, which is $120 a year or roughly $10 a month. Or you have the ultimate version tier, which is $360 a year or about $30 a month. So let's look at the features on each tier. So if you look at the AI generated text, in the free version you get 1,000 words per month. And of course on the premium is 15,000 words, and then the ultimate unlimited. You have the rephrase, reword, shorten, expand. You get 10 a day on the free or basic. Premium and ultimate are both unlimited. The advanced autocomplete, you get 20 per day, or the premium ultimate, you get unlimited. And of course, early access to new features and premium support are not available on the free version. So far, I'm really happy with the free and basic version of this. It works very well, and all the features are the same whether you have basic, premium, and ultimate. The real difference is how much you use it. If you do find your productivity goes up while you use this product, it may be worth getting the premium version for $10 a month. I'll leave that up to you, but I think the free version is certainly something you should try. It's a lot of fun, and I think you're going to really enjoy your Gmail using this Compose AI. Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, 5 ways to supercharge your Gmail. Have some fun with Compose AI. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
The pricing, what you get for the pricing has changed. They've upped it some, so it's instead of 1,000 words a month for free, you get 1,500, and I believe the others have increased as well. So you might want to take a look at that. But a really nice app. It's actually an extension for you, and it looks like it would work fine. So thank you very much for that. So let's go now to Bill and see what he's got to say about the Mac OS.
I can't believe I've been using Mac O for years without these apps. Seriously, folks, if you're anything like me, you probably think you know your Mac inside and out. But trust me, there's a whole world of hidden apps out there that'll make you wonder how you ever lived without them. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into some seriously cool stuff that'll supercharge your Mac experience. Hi, this is Bill James, Tech for Senior. All right, let's kick things off with Rectangle. You know how annoying it is to resize windows on Mac OS? Well, say goodbye to that headache. Rectangle is like giving your Mac Windows superpowers. With just a few keyboard shortcuts, you can snap windows to any part of your screen, resize them perfectly, and even create custom layouts. And get this, it's completely free and open source. I mean, come on, Apple. Why isn't this built into Mac OS already? Trust me, once you start using Rectangle, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's especially great if you're working with multiple monitors or just need to juggle a bunch of windows at once. Next up, we've got Drop Zone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, a and drag and drop already a thing on macOS? Well, yeah, but Drop Zone takes it to a whole new level. It's like having a super-powered shell for all your files and actions. You can set up custom actions for files you frequently use, like uploading to specific cloud services or converting file formats. But that's not all. Drop Zone also has this awesome feature called Drop Bar. It's like a temporary holding area for files you're working with. Drag a bunch of files there, organize them, and then drop them wherever you need. It's perfect for when you're, juggling multiple projects, or you need to collect files from different places before sending them off. Speaking of which, let's talk about amphetamine. No, not the drug, although this app might as well be a stimulant for your Mac. You know how annoying it is when your Mac goes to sleep right in the middle of a long download, or when you're presenting something? Amphetamine solves that problem and then some. It's a tiny menu bar app that lets you keep your Mac awake with just a single click. But here's where it gets really cool. You can set up custom rules that keep the Mac awake only when a specific app is running or when you're connected to a certain Wi-Fi network. You can even schedule awake sessions. It's so simple, yet so powerful, I honestly don't know how I managed without it before. Now, let's talk about CleanShot X. If you're like me and you take a ton of screenshots for work or just to share stuff with friends, this app is a game changer. It's like Apple's built-in screenshot tool got bitten by a radioactive spider and gained superpowers. You can capture anything, a specific window, a selected area, even scrolling captures for long web pages. But wait, it gets even better. You can instantly edit your screenshots, add annotations, blur sensitive information, and even record your screen as a GIF or video. And get this, it has a cloud service built right in. Take a screenshot and boom, you got a shareable link instantly. No more cluttering up your desktop with random screenshot files. Trust me, once you start using CleanShot X, you'll never go back to the regular screenshot tool. Alright, next up is ℎ𝕝𝕝over, and this one's for all you multitaskers out there. You know how sometimes you've got like 20 windows open and it feels like your brain is about to explode? ℎ𝕝𝕝over is here to save the day. It's like a spotlight for your active window, dimming everything else in the background. The cool thing is you can adjust how much dimming you want. Maybe you just want a subtle effect, or maybe you want everything except your active window to be pitch black. It's totally customizable, and the best part, it works automatically. Just switch windows, and ℎ𝕝𝕝over does its magic. It's perfect for when you need to focus on writing, coding, or really any task where you need to zone in and block out distractions. Now let's talk about Alfred. If you've never heard of Alfred before, prepare to have your mind blown. It's like Spotlight on steroids, but that doesn't even begin to cover it. At its most basic, Alfred is a launcher. Type a few letters and you can open apps, find files, or search the web instantly. But that's just scratching the surface. The real power of Alfred comes from its workflows. You can create custom commands to automate pretty much anything on your Mac. Want to control your Spotify without leaving your current app? There's a workflow for that. Need to quickly convert currencies or units? Alfred's got you covered. Heck, you can even use it to control your smart home devices. The possibilities are endless, and once you start using Alfred, you'll wonder how you ever got anything done without it. Speaking of which, let's talk about Bartender. If your menu bar looks anything like mine used to, cluttered with a million little icons, you need this app in your life. Bartender is like a Marie Kondo for your menu bar. It lets you choose which icons you want to see all the time and which ones you want to hide away in a secondary bar. But here's the really cool part. You can set up rules for when certain icons should appear. Maybe you want your Wi-Fi icon to pop up only when you're not connected, or your battery icon to show up when you're running low. Bartender makes all of this possible. It's one of those apps that you don't realize how much you need until you start using it. Trust me, your menu bar and your sanity will thank you. Alright, next up is Magnet. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't we already talk about a window management app? With Magnet, you can drag any window to the edge or corner of your screen and it'll automatically snap into place. Want a perfect split screen setup? Just drag windows to the left and right edges. And the best part, it works seamlessly with multiple monitors. If you're tired of manually resizing windows, Magnet is about to become your new best friend. Now let's talk about paste. If you've ever lost something important because you copied over it, or if you find yourself constantly copying and pasting the same things, paste is about to change your life. Paste doesn't just store text, it can handle images, files, links, pretty much anything you can copy. And it presents all of this in a beautiful visual interface. You can organize your clips into different pin boards, search through your clipboard history, and even sync it across devices with iCloud. It's one of those apps that you don't realize you need until you start using it, and then you can't imagine how you ever lived without it. Alright folks, let's dive into Better Touch Tool. This app is like giving your Mac a brain transplant. It lets you customize pretty much every input device connected to your Mac. Want to set up custom gestures for your trackpad? Easy. Need to remap some keys on your keyboard? No problem. You can even create custom touch bar buttons that do exactly what you want. The possibilities are endless. You can set up shortcuts to resize windows, control media playback, open specific apps. Seriously, if you can think of it, you can probably do it with Better Touch Tool. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for your Mac's interface. Next up, we've got iStat menus. This one's for all you data nerds out there, and trust me, once you start using it, you'll become a data nerd too. iStat menus puts all your important system information right in your menu bar. We're talking CPU usage, memory, disk activity, network stats, and a whole lot more. But what's really cool is that it's not just boring numbers. iStat menus presents all this data in beautiful, easy-to-read graphs, and you can customize what information you want to see and how you want to see it. It's perfect for keeping an eye on your system performance, monitoring your network activity, or just satisfying your curiosity. Once you start using iStat menus, you'll wonder how you ever managed your Mac without it. Alright, let's talk about Unclutter. This app is like having a secret compartment for your digital stuff. It's a unified place for your clipboard history, file storage, and notes, all accessible with a simple swipe from the top of your screen. It's perfect for those little bits of information or files that you need quick access to, but don't want cluttering up your desktop. Well, next up is DaisyDisk, and if you've ever wondered where all your disk space went, this app is about to become your new best friend. DaisyDisk presents your hard drive usage as a beautiful, interactive sunburst diagram. You can drill down into folders, see what's taking up space, and delete unnecessary files right from the app. Last but not least, we've got ℎ𝕝𝕉𝕉. If you love macOS dark mode but hate manually switching between light and dark, ℎ𝕝𝕉𝕉 is here to save the day. It can automatically switch between light and dark modes based on sunrise and sunset times, or on a custom schedule that you set. And there you have it, folks. 14 hidden gems that'll take your Mac experience to the next level. Trust me, once you start using these apps, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. They've certainly changed the way I use my Mac. So go ahead, give them a try, and let me know in the comments which ones become your new favorites. Until next time, this is Bill James, Tech for Senior, signing off.
Thanks, Bill. A lot of good. It makes me almost want to have a Mac. There's some really good apps. I wish there were some of those, and there may be for a PC as well. Anyway, we've had some interesting and different presentations today. And Ron, if you'll go ahead, and so we're going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends. If you want to join us, there's room. Come on over to Zoom and join us for the music and the Q&A. So with that, it looks like you've done that. So thank you very much. And we're going to turn it over to Mike Leaman. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, good afternoon, folks. I'm just going to share my screen here. I can find the one I want. So, today, notable events in music history on July the 14th. Now, I've edited this down a little bit because there were a whole pile more, but these are the ones I thought were probably most relevant. 1967, The Who embarked on their first full-scale American tour as, get this, the opening act for Herman's Hermits. In 1973, the Everly Brothers had a dramatic on-stage breakup in California. Everly smashed his guitar and stormed off, leaving Don to finish the set and pronounce their split. 1984, Philip Wynne, lead singer for the group The Spinners, tragically died of a heart attack while on stage in Oakland, California. 1988, Michael Jackson began his first British tour with the first of 7 nights at Wembley Stadium, setting a new attendance record. In 2012, Paul McCartney joined Bruce Springsteen for an encore at Hyde Park in London, but their performance was cut short due to a venue curfew. Some album releases and debuts. 1964, the Rolling Stones achieved their first #1 hit in the UK, cover of Bobby Womack's It's All Over Now. 1979, Donna Summer's Bad Girls hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there for 5 weeks. Some births on this date: Woody Guthrie, 1912, influential singer, was born. And in 1945, Jim Gordon, the acclaimed drummer and co-writer of Eric Clapton's Layla, was born. So today, for the featured hit, I've selected the Everly Brothers tune for their epic breakup on stage, Bye Bye Love, which was their first major hit in 1957. It established their unique sound and climbed to #2 on the pop charts. So I'm not sure who's going to play this, Ron or Hewie, but we can go with that now, and I will post this link for the YouTube in the chat. So there you go. It was on this date in 1973 that they said bye bye to love. Anyways, the song from my birth, 1950, that's the history.
Thank you very much. That was a great memory in my life. And I had gone to several APCUG conferences in Las Vegas back when there was Comdex, and the host hotel where we stayed at, the Everly Brothers were the featured act. And I kick myself now, but I never went to one of the shows, and I wish I had, to see them live. So, okay, so we're going to switch over now to our Q&A.